implement how you can also implement filtering. I don't know, Amos, if you saw it, Ruth, if you saw the assignment that I posted.
I saw it a bit late,
yes.
And I didn't get time to do it. I saw it a bit late.
Okay, maybe about Amos?
No, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. And I missed last week's class.
Okay, so what you can do is
kindly please wait, please. Sorry, sir. Please put on your cameras. I take a screenshot and then we can continue. Kindly, please.
Okay.
Let me do mine here.
Yours is on. Yes.
Mine is on. Let me take out the glasses because. So you see me?
Yes. Okay, thank you. Now we
can.
You can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can continue.
Okay, so I will I can still reshare the assignment if you didn't get it. But basically they are straightforward because you are doing sorting and filtering just to implement some few tasks. Maybe if I could open that so that we are there. So I'll reshare it again, but let me just open and show you basically what you are supposed to do.
Sorting and filtering.
Okay, let me share the screen, my screen, so that you can see that. Yeah, I hope you are able to see my screen. Yeah, this is basically practicing sorting and filtering. And in the first set of the tasks, that is number A, you are to use employee data, which I think we shared, and you are to perform custom sort by gender, ethnicity, and age. Okay, and probably once you've done so, you can share your screen, a snip of your screen, so that we can ascertain that. So the first one and the second one is about sorting all the employees working in the ID department. The ethnicity is Black. So you sort by by the IT, by the department, and of course the ethnicity. Then in the second set, that's number B.
Excuse me, do you mean employees that are Black?
Yes.
Okay.
And then yeah. So you are supposed to do that. Then we have the second set is about filtering, and you are supposed to filter all the employees that are working in the marketing department and have bonuses not exceeding 30 shillings. So these are straightforward. Probably I would wish that I'll give you about 20 minutes or so towards the end of this lesson so that you can try and share the snips. Then we have number 4 is about employees. Yeah, this one is repeated, but again, it's not about sorting, but this time it's about filtering. The other one is sorting. Okay, so you'll require to save your data and probably into 2 so that you can use one for the filter and the other one for the sorting. So I hope that is clear.
Why don't we do it and submit it next week?
Next week is okay. It's okay. no problem. You can submit in the course of probably in the course of the week. Okay, thank you very much. Let me now switch to the slide. And I want to just present some theory a little bit, and we will go back to the lab. And I want to start from here. Now, for some versions of Excel, sometimes when you are performing sorting and filtering, you may run into problems. Why? Because remember, for variables which we have transformed, from other variables, we say that you input an inbuilt function or a formula, so that you'll be able to see the values that we have in those particular cells. Now, so the Excel formula starts with an equal sign, and sometimes we are saying that when you are trying to filter, especially a variable which is getting its values from other cells. Take for example, let me just open the file here. Now, so what we have is, supposing we have column A with some values. It could be character, it could be string values, it could be number values, and so forth. Then we use that particular column to generate another variable. Okay, so let me use an example here. Let me zoom here. Okay. Now let me have this. Let me use an example of any of this. Maybe I can even use the name. I can even use this column here. Now I may want to have another column of this, maybe here. Let me insert. Of course, when you are inserting a column, I know you should be knowing this at this point in time. If I want to insert a column between B and C, so what I'll do is I'll select this column. Okay, right click, and then I'll basically click insert, and a column will be inserted before this column that I've selected. Okay, so I can click insert like that, and I'm going to have a new column. So if you select this column and you click insert, then it's going to insert a column preceding that particular column. Same to row. If you want to input a row, I select this row, for example. I want a row between 2 and 3. So I'll basically right click this or insert, then it's going to be inserted. So whatever you have selected will be inserted before. Okay. Now let me undo that. So the point I wanted to illustrate was, in this first row, where we have this employee by the name Emily, I can basically have a copy of this column by basically typing the equal sign, and then I simply reference that particular cell, B2. Then I press enter. So you can see already I will have this column and I'll have this column. But the difference with these two columns, I can even do this equal to this one here. That is B1, I think. Yes, enter. It's not okay, equal to B1. Okay, it's not. Okay, let me just use this label here. Let me just type the label. Okay, please enter. Now what we have is this column and this one are similar in the sense that they have the same values. Okay, but you can see that in this first one, when I click this cell, you can see here that we have actually the data itself. You have that. But the moment I click that one here, because it is borrowing the values from here, then you can see here I'll be able to view the formula. So all these values are coming here. They still display the same thing, but the difference is that this one has the formula, this one has the real data. Okay, so sometimes what happens is when you sort by this column, when you are sorting by this column, it becomes difficult to, you may run into problems because it may not sort by the formula. What they are seeing here is the formula. They are borrowing the values from here. So what happens is, this is where this one is going to be handy. This equal sign, you can see this equal sign here. Okay, and we use it to type text or a value. So how are we supposed to use that? What we are supposed to do is we are supposed to write it in this manner. So whatever you are going to type in the cell is this one here. But what is going to display is this one here. Okay. So sometimes when you run into problems with the filtering, what happens is that you need to, instead of using this, maybe you can use that. You use this one here, but it's going to display this. Okay. I've not gotten a situation where my filtering has failed, but it may be the scenario with Excel 2010. So in case you have any problems, then you should be able to do that. Personally, I've not gotten with the version I have, but if you have some earlier versions, you may run into problems, and therefore you're going to solve that problem using that. So I just wanted to mention that because as you will be experimenting with your filtering, that you may be able to, you may come across such scenarios. Okay, so to be familiar with the comparison operators, I think we've talked about that, the equal sign. In this table here, we have the comparison operator. Remember, when you are using the if function, you are using the equal sign. At some point, you are evaluating the value of a cell by using the equal sign. And of course, basically what it means is the two cells are the same. They are equal. A1 is equals to B1. That's an example. You can use others like greater than or equal to. It's greater than, sorry. So A1 is greater than B1. You can see that. These are mathematical, operators. Then we have this other sign here, less than. We have less than here. Then of course, you have it here. You can have it here. Okay. Now, when you are writing more greater than or equal to, that is how you write it. And basically, what that means is greater than or equal to. So, sorry, any question? Okay. Now, then we have less than or equal to. Then you can be able to see what it means here. A1 is less than or equal to B1. So meaning that whatever we have in cell A1, is less than or equal to B1. Now, and I don't know how you represent not equal to. When you have this, let me have,
Did you say the sign not equal to?
yeah, let me just type it here.
I think it's equal to and
Not equal to, like what I'm saying, A1 is not equal to.
I think this exclamation mark after equal to, I don't know.
So let me have this. So I'm saying A1, then I have B2. A1 not equal to. Yeah, A1 not equal to. So how do we write this? This part here. In Excel.
In Excel.
Yes. I know the other one for of an exclamation mark is for Python or other some programming languages. But what about Excel? Yes.
Will it be written using the greater than and equal? I mean, the greater than and less than signs combined?
Yes, correct. You are correct. It's supposed to be. You are very much correct.
Okay.
A1, then you can use this like that,
Then, yes.
and then B1. So almost that is how you write not equal to.
Oh,
okay.
Thank
you. Yes. So basically, these are some of the operators that you really need to know, so that when you are executing these commands, you should be able to get on that. So you have it here, not equal to sign. Then of course we have just put here. So I hope that's okay, and we can proceed on. Okay. So what I want us to look at today, there's something I need to mention here about the sensitivity of the cases. Now, of course, in Excel, in most cases, as you would have found out, the Excel is not case sensitive. In other words, when I type a formula, maybe I type this formula here, equal to B2, and then I'm again typing equal to B2. You see, this is the same reference. It doesn't matter because the case, the uppercase, the lowercase, the letter doesn't matter. In other words, it's not Excel is not case sensitive. So if you use either uppercase letters or use lowercase letters, then you'll be there. But sometimes using what we call wildcards, you can be able to search, can be able to perform a case sensitive search when you use these wildcards. I know we'll come up, but towards the end of this, we'll come back to these wildcards that we are talking about. So I want us to look at what we call the Vlookup function today. And the reason why I have used grouped data is because it's one of those functions that you can use to transform data into another variable. Okay, just like the way we did use the if function and the nested if. So VLOOKUP is another function which I'll be able to, as we'll be able to see shortly, it's able to transform data into another variable, transform a variable into another one. So let me say that, say for example, you have age. Okay. Remember in our data, what we have is, you can see we had this age. There is some noise in the background. Okay. Now, let me use this example here of age. Now, looking at this age, let me remove my filter so that, let me remove my filter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've cleared my filter there. Now, I was talking about the age. Now, you see this age here has different ages, but we have given out the actual value. Hello, Yvonne. Okay, I'm getting some noise on the background. I don't know.
Sorry, I muted Ruth, and then I don't know who unmuted again. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. Okay, let me start over again. So what I was saying is, when you have age, for example, you can see we have the actual values, and we use the if function to transform. You remember we transform data into this category here, okay, where we had the boundary, the upper boundary, lower boundary, then we were able to transform into classes. So the VLOOKUP function performs the same function of transforming data from the actual values to a class. In other words, grouped data. Okay, so VLOOKUP is used for this function here, where you input this table, and what happens with lookup is that you look at one row. I mean, you look at the one column, and then you return a value from another column. Now, the VLOOKUP function is basically needs to find out things in a table and return a value in another column of that particular table. Now, if you look at this VLOOKUP, basically it has these arguments. You can see these arguments that have used different colors. So you will have VLOOKUP as the keyword. Then within the parentheses, within the brackets, in the parentheses here, you will have the first argument, and the first argument here is what you want to look up. What are you trying to look up? I've used an example of age, where where we are looking at this. We are looking at which value are we looking for in this column. And when the application gets that particular value, it's going to return the values in the second column. Okay, that's why it is used for transformation. You can transform these edges into a class of edges. So and what we have is in this lookup where we have the arguments. This is the first one. What are we looking up to? What are we looking up for? What are we looking up to? Okay. And where are you looking it from? So the second argument here, which is in green, will now be the cells, the range of cells that you are looking up for this particular value here. Okay. So this, you are looking for this, where you are looking it from here. So you'll have the second argument. And then after the second argument now, which column do you want to return? Okay. And when you return that particular value, do you want to return the approximate value, or do you want to return an exact match? If you want to return an exact match, you will use false. If you want to return an approximate match, you will use true or 1. Okay. That's why we are going to have something like this. Okay, you are going to have something like that. So the main inbuilt function here is Vlookup. Then what we are trying to look up for is this cell. And this cell T2 is what we are going to have in the table, in the Vlookup table. Now, this one is where we are looking for that value, which is the reference. So this part here, up to here, is the reference. And then 2 is the column that is going to be returned. Okay. And then maybe now you finish up with the false. False here means that you want to return an exact match. Okay, you want to return an exact match. So you must create first the Vlookup table and use the Vlookup table now to reference what you are looking for. And we are going to look at this example here. Maybe I can have this as an example, not a question. Okay, let's have this as an example. So then let me pose this question here. What is the name of the employee whose ID? Remember, in our data, we had this column here. We had that column. This is employee ID. Okay. Now, in this example that we are talking about here, is we are trying to look at the name. What is the name of the employee whose ID are these ones? Okay. We are trying to look at what we are trying to seek is a return of the name of an employee whose ID is this one here. So meaning that we in a data set which is very large, you'll basically use Vlookup to return the name of that particular employee. Okay. And this is how we are going to go about it. That's how we are going to go about it. Let me remove this first. Okay. Now we are going to create what we call the Vlookup table. And I'm going to create it here. So that we are seeing that. Okay. Now, in our question that we are talking about is we are focusing on these two columns, these two. Now, what we want is we want the application to return the name given the ID. Okay. So what I'm going to create in the Vlookup table is I'll basically click here, the ID, the employee ID, I'll put it in that column. And then here, I will put the name like that. Okay. So remember, what are we given here? We have been given this particular ID, which is E00440. Let me copy it. Let me copy it into my cell here. Okay. It's too large, so let me just. It's not okay. Reduce, do that. Okay. And the other one, I can copy the other one also. Copy this here. Then I can apply these settings here. Okay. Now, so I've brought the IDs here. Now, what I want to do is I want to use Vlookup table now here to find out the name of the employee with this ID. And this is how we are going to do. I'll basically have the equal sign. Okay. Then I have Vlookup. Then, of course, I'll have the brackets or the parentheses. We're going to have that. Now, the first argument is, what are we trying to look at? We are trying to look at to look at this, the employee with this ID number. And this ID number is where? It is, I've put it here in Q3. You can see that Q, we have this row. Then we have this column here. That's where I have it. This row, sorry. Let me just remove this. Okay. So I'll have what? I'll have, this one is in Q3. So what am I trying to look at? I'm trying to look at Q3. Like that. Already, you can see already this highlighting. Then I have a comma. So the other argument is going to be, as you can be able to see from here, is that we have, so in the first cell here, which is Q3, this is what we are looking up to, this first part here. Now, where are we looking for it? We are looking for it in this particular column here, which is A. This one here. We are looking at here. So we reference this particular column because that's where we are looking for the ID. So in my formula here, I'll reference which column is this? It is A. So I'm going to have A2 through A 1000, so 1001, like that. So that's the reference that I'm going to look for that particular ID. Then the next argument The next argument, as you can see here, is this blue part. Now, what are we going to return? We will input here the number of the column that we are going to return. So, having looked at this value, in this value here in this range, the next argument will be, what do we want it to return? We want to return the second column, so which is 2. So we put there 2. And then now the last argument is, do you want the application to return an exact value or an approximate? So approximate value, you use false. I mean, sorry, the exact value you use false. But you can use false, okay? And then you close the brackets like that. Or if you don't use false, you use 0. False was 0, I think. Yeah, so you use 1 for true or 0 for false. So here you can either choose to use false or you can use 0. Okay, and then you press enter. Now I'm seeing problems there. Am I getting any problem? Add to 1,000 K. Yes, I'm seeing some problem here. Now, in the column here, I think I'm supposed to have the 2 cells. Sorry, I'm supposed to reference the 2 cells, the 2 columns, the 2 columns. So the first one here is B. The first one here is add 2, and then if you select plus the second one, the range of cells will be B. Yeah, so this one should be B. I hope you are getting that. You will have this. So we have A2 through B, and have B, not A, so that we are referencing both the columns. And I press enter. Yes, you can see that. Now, what's happening here? This is the formula actually that I've displayed there. So you can see here. Let me copy it. Let me copy this formula so that we are able to see well. Yeah, you can see these are the formula that I've just used. So we have Vlookup. You can see that post status with an equal sign. We have Vlookup. Then we are looking for this ID. You remember the ID is here. This one here. We are looking for this value. Okay. And once we look for that particular value, we are looking at this range. And I want you to take note of this. You can see this part here. We just have different color. Yeah, so you can see this A2 through B 1001 is actually selecting the two. Is actually selecting the 2 columns. Okay, it is selecting the first record in column A1, and then selecting the last record in column B 1001. So it's selecting the 2 rows actually. Okay, so that's how you can reference that. And then 2 here, 2 means that it is going to return the second column, looking for value in the first column and returning the value in the second column. Okay, meaning that these two particular columns must be adjacent to each other. Okay, and then we have false. False is now you are trying to make it clear that the value that's going to return is exact. Okay, so you can modify this formula downwards. You can multiply here, like you can see here. I can add this particular sign in between the alphabetical reference. I can add like that. And then I can also add like this. I can add like that. Now, when I lock, I'm actually trying to lock those cells so that when you apply it to other cells, it's not going to change. So what we have here, so you can see, even when you search through the ID, you'll be able to find that Jack Hin, is it Hoon? Jack Hoon is actually the person or the employee having this particular reference. So I can modify this. Remember I can just select, and then I press F4. When I press F4, those cells will be locked. F4. I'm trying to press F4 like that. Yeah. So you can see, you can sometimes lock cells by basically selecting and then you press F4. So you're going to have that. So I can copy this down, and you'll be able to see that it's also giving me the name of the employee with this ID number. So Vlookup is basically used to transform. Remember, you will have the Vlookup table, and you'll be able to transform cells into new variables. Or you can use it to return some value of interest, as you can see what we've done here. So Vlookup is basically just to wrap up what we are talking about here. Let me go back here. So I've said that you can be able to transform data. If Vlookup is normally used to transform data, and we will see how we can be able to transform our data into Amos. Which cell did you reference? Did I quite? I didn't quite get this question. Maybe you can unmute, and Amos, you can unmute.
Yeah, like the one that you said you locked up. So I didn't see it. Was it because I mean, locking up is like referencing a cell.
Okay, not quite. Let me just go back there and explain so that.
F4.
Yeah. So let me have this. Initially, our formula was. Let me go back here so it becomes clear. Now you can see here that. Let me remove this dollar sign. It's a dollar sign, right?
Yeah. Oh, so you referenced both of them. Okay.
Now you can see here that my reference was this one here. Initially, this was the reference, right?
Yeah.
This was the reference. But what we are saying is, the moment you drag down the other cells, you will find that this formula will change. It might change. For example, let me use this. Let me remove this one here again. Let me remove that, right? So it's still okay, it's working. So I've removed the lock. Now, when I copy like this downwards like that, you can see that the value has changed. It has changed. You can see A2 B1000 1001. Then when I go down here, it has changed to A3. You see the formula is changing, eh?
Yes.
So the moment I drag this downwards like this, when I drag downwards, the formula is going to change. So to avoid it changing, because you see the moment I go down here, you can see it's already giving me a wrong value, because the reference has changed from A3. Maybe so that you can see that clearly. Let me copy this here.
Yeah, I get it, actually. I get it.
You are getting it, eh?
Yeah.
So you see, this is the formula in the cell, the first cell. Then downwards as you go, this one changes to this. So already this particular value that you are looking for is changing. It has changed to Q4, which is okay because we are actually looking for this one is Q4, which is okay. But where the problem will come in is when you are going to have the reference. So you see the reference now has changed. It is excluding A2. And it's adding an additional record down there. So it's changing. So we need to lock this part. We need to lock this part. And for you to be able to lock that part, you basically select this, and then you press F4.
F4, yeah.
Yes. But from your keyboard, you might find that F4 is a function where you have to press FN. FN from your keyboard is just to activate the function keys. So you might need to press FN down, then you press F4.
My F4 works when I'm locking.
Okay, if it's working, no problem. So it automatically introduces the $sign.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I meant. So like now you can see here that when I lock, let me lock this part here. And I lock this by pressing F4 like that, and I press enter. Now, when I drag down like this, you can see that now the reference will this reference of the cell Q4 will not change, but the other one, I mean, this Q4 will change, but the other one will not change. Okay. Now, what happens when we change the arguments? Let me change this to true. Let me change this to true. I press enter. Already we are going to have a name. We are going to have different names. Why? Because it's now returning an approximate value. It's not returning the exact match. Okay. And approximate value may mean that you can see most of the ID numbers are starting with E0, 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 or E00. And you can see if the moment you put an approximate match, then it's going to return you other values, as you can be able to see from here. But when you put the exact one, let me see this Elena. Let me search for this. I see what the difference between the IDs. I can use the search tool, and let me find Elena. Sorry. Elena bank. And I press find all. So what am I getting here? I'm getting this column here. What about the ID of Elena? You can see this ID is E0013.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, so it's not the exact match. That's E00. It's an approximate. Let me compare this E00, then 13. Now you can see that the difference here is we have 3 zeros. The difference here is coming from, they are sharing up to the first 3. Okay. Yeah, maybe the settings is that so long as it gets E003, it could return this value because an approximate value. But when we change this to false, false, then I'm going to have that. And let me see, let me search for this record here. It's actually Jack Hoon. Okay, fine, all. So what I'm seeing here, for this Jack Hoon, let me see the ID. You can see the ID here is this one here. So it's exact. Okay. So it depends on what you are looking for, and the reason why we are going to use this Vlookup, you can be able to categorize. Now, if I put here, what am I searching for? I'm searching for 0. And what is it going to return? It's going to return this. Okay. So any value that is less than 26 is going to belong to this class of 21 to 25. So we are going to use Vlookup also to transform the ages as per this. So Vlookup, as we've seen, is used to transform data, and it involves creating a Vlookup table. And once you have the Vlookup table, then you can reference the cell, you put all the arguments, and you'll be able to get there. So that is it. I want us to just have some small break, and then when we come, I want us to focus on this. And I'm going to post this on your WhatsApp chats. In here, we will basically create the Vlookup table so that we are able to categorize the age in these classes. Remember, in our Excel file, where we are focusing on the age, we have the age here. We have been given the exact value, but we want to use lookup to transform these values. And this is what we are going to figure out after some 7 minutes break. So 4:20, that is it 8:20 on your end or 9:20?
9:20.
9:20, yes. We will be back, and I want to share this so that I want us to figure out how we can transform age into the various categories using Vlookup. Okay. Yeah, so you can grab a glass of water, and see you in the next 7 minutes or so. Unless there's any question. Okay, let me share this. Let me try, because it's an image, let me try to. Yeah, I've tried to post that. So see you shortly.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm there. That's Yvonne.
Yes. I
Oh,
think the instructor is not yet back. Let's just wait. He'll be back
right.
in a minute.
all
Oh,
right.
sorry, I'm back. Sorry,
Okay.
I delayed a bit. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now, sorry. So let's go back. Let me share this screen again. Okay, so I'm hoping all of us are back for that. So we have seen how the lookup function works. But I just want to mention something which is relating to this, so that as we try to figure out the categories, we will be able to get it right. Now there is this function, there is this other function which is similar to Vlookup function. But what happens here is that it returns a result from the same row, but in another column. Okay, regardless of which side the return column is on. So you see, this will be handy in what we are going to do. But the versions of Excel that you are running will depend if it has this particular function. Now remember, when we were using the Vlookup, the columns were adjacent to each other. And therefore, when you are referencing, it is easier because you can simply reference the whole of it. But sometimes you might find that what you are trying to reference is in another table. Okay, so in this case, you use what we call Xlookup, and Xlookup basically returns a result from the same row in another column. Okay, so this is a modification actually of the Vlookup value function. And you'll find that it has this syntax here. It has how many arguments are these? We have the lookup value, we have the lookup array, we have the return array, okay, and then we have another one which is if not found. Then we have the match mode, and then we have the search mode. So you can see that it's more or less like the Vlookup, but it has what? It has the array that you are going to return. So you look at a different array of data, but you are going to return a different array of data. Okay. So to enable us to be able to implement this. Now, probably I can find out. I don't know, Amos. I don't know which version of Excel you are running. Or running
365.
365. Okay, I think that's okay. Now, what about Ruth?
What?
The Excel version that you are running.
365.
Okay, that's okay. Is there anybody else on the call?
There is David.
Yvonne?
There is David.
David, yes.
Yes.
David, I hope David is able to hear us. David? And which one are you running, Yvonne?
365.
Oh, yeah, so that's good. You are running the latest. Now, just I want you to search if you have Xlookup in your function, so that because we are going to use that one, but with the same idea of Vlookup. Well, what you can just basically do is you click. Let me share my screen so that you can be able to see that. Let me share my screen. Okay, so what I want you to do is just to confirm that is there. What you can do is just go to your data, and then equal sign, or you can just click FX here for function, and then you can type here X lookup, and then you click go. Now mine doesn't have a what? Okay.
I have it.
You have it.
Yes.
Mine is not okay.
Maybe you update it.
Yeah, I'll require to update this now. We are not going to move forward now with this one because yeah, I don't have it. Yeah, probably because I'm running on a different computer here.
You have 365.
Yes, I have 365, but probably it's not up to date.
Yeah. Let me see if I have it.
Now, Yvonne, are you using a computer or are you on your computer or phone?
I'm on my computer.
On a computer.
Yes.
Now, I want you to share your screen. Maybe we can figure out using your screen. Because I want us to use the Vlookup to, the X lookup to, because we are going to reference a new table.
I'm in my computer, but I can't share my screen right now, kindly.
Okay.
Yes, because
Now let me see if
yes.
let me figure out if my Vlookup can work.
Okay.
I don't know if it will work, but let me just try. So
Right. Sorry, I have issues. I am experiencing issues. If I share, this call will end. Sorry.
Okay. Now, Amos.
Yeah, I have it.
You have it, eh?
Yeah.
Now, maybe what you can do.
Yeah.
You can, Yvonne, you can make Amos the co-host.
Okay.
So that he can share, then I'll direct what to do.
I have made him the co-host.
Okay. So Amos, share your screen so that we can use yours for now.
Sure. Okay. Full view here. Screen. You see it? That's my
Try to
screen.
are you sharing? Yes, you have
Yeah.
shared.
Yeah, I've shared. And this is a Vlookup.
Okay, fine,
Sorry,
fine. So now, what I want us to do is, you can see the Vlookup. It has the lookup value. It has the lookup array. Yes.
X lookup, I think.
Yes. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just using your screen actually. Okay. So it has the lookup value, just like the Vlookup. Then it has the lookup array, and then it has the return array. You see now this one, it just works like the Vlookup. The only difference here is that the columns are in different locations or in different points. And now it has if not found here means that supposing it's not getting that particular value, what is it going to return? And then of course the match mode. Okay. So I want Amos to just put your cursor in the first row.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Now you can see there that lookup value is the search value. You can see below there, look at the taskbar. Lookup value is the value to search for. I think that one should be clear.
Yes.
Then the next one, put the cursor on the next one. Now that one is the lookup array. That's where we are going to search the value. Okay. Like now in this case, we will be looking at the age and we will be searching from H. I know age is in H, column H. So the reference will be H2 through H1001. Okay. Now let's put the cursor on the third row. Now in the third row is the array or range to return. So here we this is what the Xlookup is different from Vlookup, because we are going to look at a different array of data or array of or a table. We are not going to return. Remember in the Vlookup, it was column 1 or 2 or 3, meaning that the columns for the column for which you are searching and the column for which you are returning should be adjacent to each other. Okay. And then we have, of course, the if not found, and then we have the others. So it can be, if not found, it can be any, and then the match mode is one for true and 0 for false. So we will create what? We are going to create this table that I've shared in the WhatsApp group. We will create 2 columns, and that is the reference that we are going to have in row 3. That is the return array. Okay. So Amos, I'll give you some 2 to 3 minutes. Well, let me share.
Okay.
Okay. Let me share. I've typed whatever I had shared in the WhatsApp. Let me send it to you so that you can copy and paste. Or you have typed already?
No.
Not
No.
yet.
Let me go to WhatsApp.
Yes. WhatsApp.
Okay.
So
Okay.
no, I don't want you to, because it will take a lot of time. Let me just send it to you so that you can copy paste.
Okay.
And I want you to copy paste on your in column on your Excel. You'll just copy at the top right, just the way we have created the other table. So let me send it so that you can copy.
Okay.
And because I have typed it already, then once you have copied, now we can apply the Xlookup. I hope time will allow. We only have 20 minutes. So let me share it straight away.
Are you seeing my WhatsApp?
Yes, I'm trying to. No, I'll just share on. I'm just trying to save as a new sheet so that I can send.
Okay.
So just go to the group, the North America group.
I'm seeing here Excel North America, Reuben.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just sharing. There's a file I've called Vlookup for Amos. So you can just
Yeah, I have it.
you've seen it, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, you can even open that one, no problem. We can even use that one because it has the employee data, and I've just typed that other table.
Should I just share this one?
Yeah, you can share that one. Yeah, the one that I've just sent.
Okay. We'll go to Zoom. You see it?
Not yet. Maybe it is still loading. Are you sharing your screen, or you are sharing the very file?
I'm trying to share the screen. Let me,
Because this is showing me the first one.
okay, let me go back. Maybe I need to go back to Zoom.
Maybe you
Okay,
can share the screen so that.
okay, then I'm gonna hit here. Do you see it now?
Not yet. I'm still seeing the original one. Not yet.
Not yet.
Yes. Unless what you do.
Okay, let me go. Okay, I'm seeing there. Let me hit there, share.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. No, it is. Okay. I will go to WhatsApp. I have WhatsApp there. And then I go to Zoom. Like it. It wants me to join in again. Let me join in again.
Okay.
Yeah. What's happening?
Maybe you could, if you could stop the first share, then you share again.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I think that's what I should do. Okay. So let me stop share. Oh, okay. Okay, good. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Now I will be able to share it. Share screen. This one here. Are you seeing it now?
Oh, it's not this one.
Is that that
Yeah,
one?
you've shared the image that I had shared, but the one that I have typed the same. I've typed this one on the Excel.
Okay.
So the Excel that I've just sent you.
Let me go to Excel. The one where you say Vlookup for Amos.
Yes, yes, yes.
Should I hit open?
You can open it and then now share that screen.
Okay. No. Is it that one?
Yes, correct. Is it this one really?
Yeah,
No.
because when I opened it, this is what came up.
Data that I had. You see this data for 0, 20 to 21 to 25, the one that I've shared on the screen, I've typed in the Excel. I want you to access from the Excel, Amos, X lookup for Amos.
Oh. Okay, when I hit Excel on that one, this is what comes up.
Ah,
Yeah, that's what comes up. So
okay, let me
see. Because okay, I have those ones. The one that I shared first, that has got the edges and the range, so the numbers and the ranges. And then I'm seeing this Excel that you sent. It says Excel, sorry, X lookup for Amos. Maybe
yes.
I should let me save it first and then open it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. The point is I want you to access the VLOOKUP that I've just typed.
Okay.
So
Okay. Where you have P and then brackets. Let me see if there's a one. Let me share this one at you.
yes, just share it. So we see if it's a one.
Is that the one?
No, that is yours. That one is yours. The one that I have has this table.
It has a table.
Yes. I don't know if I can share from. Just see.
I'm seeing a table, but after that table, there is this VLOOKUP for X lookup for Amos.
Yeah. There's something I've shared on WhatsApp again.
On WhatsApp. Okay, let me go back to WhatsApp.
You should be able to see that table that I've shared.
Okay. Now I see the table. Now I see it.
You've seen it now.
Coming up. Yeah, I see it now. So let me now share it.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Not yet.
Okay, you see it now?
Yes. Now we can now see it.
Good.
Is this the Excel file? This one is.
Is the one that came.
You see that file that you are seeing there
Yes.
is actually the one that I've typed already in the data. I've typed that one already. It's a table.
Okay, this one here.
Yeah, you see that file has this table that I've just shared. I've typed it in, so I want us to use it.
And open it. If you
Okay,
open
yes,
it,
yeah. It's okay. Just
is that the one?
yeah, just let it open.
Okay.
You've clicked open.
Click open. Yeah, I've opened it. This is what comes up when I click it.
But we need to see the Excel file. Now, anyway, Amos, what we can do.
Yeah.
Is it opening? And it's not yet. I've not seen the file opening. Okay, fine.
Let me go to WhatsApp again.
It's not that one.
Is that this one?
It's not that was just an illustration of what I had typed. Now, okay, to make it easy, let's do this. Amos, just leave it.
I just leave it. Okay.
I just leave it. I think what we can do is I'll get the laptop with the Vlookup, and then I will be able to share the formula so that you can see how you can reference, particularly the array that we have. You can be able to see there. You see, we are referencing a different array. It's just the same function, but with an additional argument of looking at a different array. What I'll do this is when you wake up tomorrow morning, I will have shared so that you can just key in the Vlookup, and then the Vlookup, and then you can be able to get that. So sorry for the inconvenience, but I'll also try to figure it out once I get the other laptop. So so what are we using these functions for? We are basically using them for transformation. You transform data because the intention here is to return what you are interested in based on our search criteria. So that's the whole idea about it. So I will share something on Vlookup and Vlookup, and then you can practice on that. So anyway, sorry for the hitch, but we have about 5 minutes to go. Maybe I can take this opportunity to get some comments, compliments, some suggestions, so that we can I can be able to know from this end. So let me start with with Amos or Ruth. Where is Ruth? David?
I'm here, only that I got lost and switched off.
Oh, where did you get lost?
When we were going through our exams in our laptops, I couldn't access mine. I don't know.
Anyway,
but I'm
okay.
good.
Let me share I'll share the formula so that you can try at your own time.
Okay.
I should stop sharing. Should I stop sharing?
Yes, Amos, you can go ahead and stop sharing.
Okay.
Okay. So then that is okay. Amos, you can say something before we wind up.
Yeah, I was I know there's Vlookup, there's Vlookup, and then there's I think Vlookup also.
Yes.
So the Vlookup, oh, we're going to cover it later.
Yeah, I think we'll cover. I planned to cover V and X, so maybe we cover H next.
We'll cover H next. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
but they are related functions.
They are related.
They are related. Yeah. You can even see from my that I have. I think I should be having Vlookup somewhere down there.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
We have them. I think I had put as a category of other. Okay. But I know I should be having it somewhere. Yeah, maybe you can just leave that for next time.
All right.
David, is David able to hear us? Okay. Yvonne, you want to say something?
Thank you for the lesson.
Okay, thank you very much. So I think I'll share them by tomorrow morning, and then you should be able to figure them out. So thank you very much, and see you next time.
Thanks a lot, Ruben.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.